Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I have brought a collection of my previous tutorials along with newly added and updated content, and also all combined into one complete video to give you easier and better access. In this video we are going to review 10 of the most essential and powerful SketchUp plugins, and these are the plugins that can dramatically speed up your workflow, make your modeling more professional, and also turn complex, time-consuming tasks into simple and efficient steps. This is a practical, real-world collection of plugins commonly used in architecture, interior design, and professional modeling. So, if you want to work smarter, faster, and cleaner in SketchUp, stay with me until the end of this video. The first plugin is S4U Stairs. S4U Stairs is a professional plugin for stair design. It allows you to create accurate and construction-ready stairs. First, select the stair plan and click the plugin. If you right-click and select the reverse option, you can change the stair direction from here and choose where it starts. If you right-click on the stair, the first option, create a simple flat stair as a starting point. The second option creates a stair with a slab at the bottom. It's one of the most common and practical type of stairs in the world. With the reverse option, you can change the direction of the stairs, deciding which side they start from. The third option creates a zigzag slab at the bottom of the stair. And the fourth option fills the space under the stairs, basically creating a solid stair from the ground up. The next option works the same way, filling the space under the stairs as well. This option doesn't add a slab, it just creates a flat stair surface. These three options are for ramp, and we will go over them with examples at the end. At the end, we have the set parameters option, which is the most important part of this plugin. Here is where you control all the details of the stairs. Raise controls the height of each step. Slab sets the thickness of the bottom part, and handrail height is the height of the stair handrail, and offset determines how far the handrail is from the stair. Use landing to place the flat section between the stair. The union steps option asks whether each step should be separate. We choose no, so each step is created individually. Here it asks to have handrail or not. Baluster is the vertical post that connects the handrail to the stairs. As you can see, each step is created individually. There is no baluster because we choose not to include them, and you can even remove the handrail if you want. And as you can see, it created the stairs exactly according to the setting we choose. Now I will reset the settings back to their default values. Yes. This plugin can create any type of staircase, U-shape, L-shape, or any design you want. Just look at these examples. If you're enjoying this tutorial so far, Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Guys, we can also directly type in the overall stair height to match the exact height we needed. Now I want to delete these handrails because we don't need them. Look how fast we can create these stairs. This plugin can save you tons of time compared to modeling them manually. This is a real game changer for anyone working in SketchUp. You get professional looking stairs without hours of manual working. As I mentioned before, these three options are for creating ramps. Here you can directly type in the height you want. The direction is locked by default, but you can use the reverse direction option to change which way the ramp goes. And look how accurately it built the ramp for us. You can even create a ramp directly from this section and set its height and direction. Now just type in the height directly. And look how accurately it built this ramp. If we tried to do this in SketchUp without the plugin, it would be nearly impossible, or at least take a huge amount of time. If you want to learn SketchUp plugins for free, make sure to subscribe to my channel Jamshid. I will show you step by step how to use these tools so you can create professional projects like this. The second plugin is Curviloft. Curviloft is a plugin for creating curved surfaces and complex forms. If you work with free form architecture, spatial roofs, or complex skins, this is an essential tool. Curviloft is a SketchUp 6 plugin for creating smooth and complex surfaces from curves. It can be installed for free from trusted sources like SketchUp. Don't forget to have SketchUp 6 installed before installing this plugin. This plugin has three main features. The first one is Loft by Spline. This is used for creating smooth surfaces between curves. The second one is Loft along path. This is used for generating surfaces or solid along a path. And the last one is skinning. This is used for turning multiple edges into one continuous surface. Now let's jump straight into the workflow. For example, at the bottom we have a 9-sided shape, and at the top we have a small circle. I want to connect these two shapes together. First, let me make some changes to the lower shape. I added these circular details around the 9-sided shape. Then I copy that. After that, I write 9x and enter to create 9 copies. Then remove the lines and clean it out. For now, my goal is to connect these two shapes together. When I click on the Loft by Spline option, some settings appear at the top, and from there I can adjust the connection. This option controls how the curves are connected and how smooth the surface becomes. And we have several different options, and each one creates a different change in the shape. In this section we have segments option. From here we can increase or decrease the number of segments, or simply click on the value and type the number between 1 and 99. For example, if I set it to 50, the shape becomes smoother and more refined, but it also makes the model much heavier. That's why I recommended keeping this value at 10 most of the time, because it gives a good balance between smoothness and performance. Simplify makes the shape smoother, but in a very minimal way. and in this case it doesn't have much effect on the model. Next we have interpolation, which basically does the same thing. After that we have vertex matching. Vertex matching controls which top segment connects to which bottom segment, and it offers several different modes that we can choose from. However, I recommended keeping these three options at their default settings and not changing them too much, because they don't make a significant difference in our shape. Here we have geometry, and this option adds diagonal lines to the shape. These options, when we enable them, the surface disappears and only the frame remains visible. And this option removes the diagonal lines. Let me tell you one more thing. After creating this shape, if we click directly on it, this frame appears. In this section we have twisting option, which allows us to twist the shape. Here you can see how it smoothly twists the shape and creates exactly the form we wanted. Sometimes we want to create this shape along a specific path that we define ourselves. In this situation, using the first option doesn't give us the correct result. Instead, we need to use the second option. First, we define the path. As you can see, this method creates a much cleaner and more accurate shape, exactly the way we want it. Let me show you another example using this second option. First, we draw the profile. And now we have to define the path along which the shape will be created. As you can see, it creates the shape the way that we want it. Now I want to show you two examples using the third option. As you can see, I have drawn these shapes before using just the simple arc to keep the video from being too long. In this case, the first option doesn't work because it can't create the shape, and the second option also doesn't work since there isn't a single defined path. In fact, there are three different paths. Here we need to use the third option, and just look at how beautifully and smoothly it creates the shape for us. And we can turn off these lines and see the shape smoothly by unchecking hide geometry in the menu bar. Now let's work on the next example. As you can see, the shape is formed from curves on four sides. And the first and second option can turn this into a surface, so we need to use the third option. Look at how beautifully it converts the shape into a smooth surface for us. And here I want to show you an example of where the diagonal lines from the geometry section are used. And as you can see, first I turn on the diagonal lines and start creating this surface. And to do this, we need to explode the shape first. If you can see the diagonal lines clearly, you can make them visible by using soften and smooth edges by reducing it. Now this is visible clearly. Guys, here because I deleted the surface and only the lines remain, I'm using another plugin called Selection Toys. We will cover this plugin in detail in one of our upcoming videos, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. And for now, I just wanted to demonstrate the use of diagonal lines in the geometry section. As you can see, the surface has been deleted and only the lines remain. Now I want to convert these lines into actual geometry. Here I'm using another plugin called JHS Powerbar, and we will go through all these plugins in order to upcoming videos. Just make sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss these videos. And in this section we can set the properties, and it covers the lines into pipes. You can also specify the diameter of the pipes however you like. Now I'm going to apply a glass material on it. And as you can see, the shape we created is a very particle and widely used in the world of architecture. The third plugin is MakeFace and FaceUp. MakeFace and FaceUp are two separate plugins, but in practice they work toward the same goal: fixing and cleaning faces in SketchUp. This is a way to convert lines into surfaces without using a plugin, which is very time consuming and difficult. If you want to work professionally, then learning and using this plugin is essential for you. In fact, the first option in FaceUp does exactly what MakeFace does by creating faces from lines. The second option adds height to those faces, which makes it very useful for creating walls and vertical elements. Because of this, these tools are extremely practical for everyday SketchUp users, especially in architectural modeling. The fourth plugin is Shape Bender. Shape Bender allows you to bend objects along curved paths. It's perfect for railing, architecture details, and creative modeling. Do you want to know how I turn this straight shape into a curved one? Or how I wrap this pattern perfectly onto a curved object? Or even how I transfer a straight staircase into curved stairs just with one click? Let's do it together. All of this is done using the Shape Bender plugin. When working with Shape Bender, you must work along the red axis. This direction defines the bending path. If your model is aligned to the green axis in SketchUp, in this case the plugin won't work properly and you will get an error. So in this case, we simply come back and realign everything along the red axis and then it works perfectly. We also need to draw the path along which we want the shape to be bent. To get started, we first need to draw a straight reference line along the red axis, aligned with our object. Then select the object. After that, select the plugin and select the straight reference line. And finally select the curve or path we want the shape to follow. Once we do that, the shape will adjust and follow the path automatically. And look how easily we were able to create such a beautiful and perfect staircase with this plugin. Something that would be almost impossible or very time consuming without it. And I will do the next example using exactly the same method. Sometimes it might create a shape that's a bit irregular, but we can fix it easily using the up and down keys on the keyboard. We can adjust the direction of the staircase using the left and right keys on the keyboard. And it makes the shape look really beautiful and flawless. And in this part, I want to take this pattern and convert it to follow the curved path in the building, which is mainly used for the building facade, like turning windows into a curved shape or railings used on balconies, using this plugin in this way. The way it works is exactly the same as the previous examples. See, we were able to apply the pattern very easily and beautifully, and also we could do the same on the back part as well, but to keep the video from getting too long, we won't do it right now. In this part, I want to bend the shape we have, the railing, along the ramp. And the whole process is exactly the same as in the previous two examples. If you found this video helpful up to this point, make sure to subscribe to my channel Jamshid for more tutorials like this. As you can see, we were able to easily convert these shapes into curved forms along the paths we wanted very smoothly using this plugin. And if you want free tutorials on powerful plugins like Shapebinder, make sure to subscribe to my channel Jamshid. The fifth plugin is Floor Generator. Floor Generator is used to automatically create floors patterns like parquet and tiles. It saves a lot of time in interior design projects. This plugin allows full control over tile size, spacing, and layout. It helps you achieve professional and well-organized results. Friends, if you have found these videos helpful so far and enjoyed the content, please make sure to subscribe to my channel Jamshid. And also, don't forget to share your thoughts about my videos in the comment. Your feedback really helps me create better and more useful videos for you. Guys, this plugin saves times, energy, and a lot of mouse clicks. And the floor generator is basically the plugin that says, relax, I have got this. The sixth plugin is Vertex Tools. Vertex Tools is used for precise vertex and mesh editing. It gives you greater control over complex shapes. With this plugin, you can easily add vertices directly to a surface, even on curved surfaces. After adding the vertices, you can modify the geometry by moving them inward or outward. Guys, when working with curved models, this plugin becomes truly essential. The seventh plugin is Path Copy. Path Copy allows you to copy objects along a defined path. It's ideal for organized and repetitive layouts. Friends, these plugins are truly practical and essential for real projects. When you work on a project from start to finish, you will definitely need them along the way. Using these plugins can save you time in an almost magical way and help you create cleaner, more beautiful, and more professional models overall. The eighth plugin is Joint Push-Pull. Joint Push-Pull lets you extrude multiple faces at the same time and apply consistent thicknesses, which is not possible by default in SketchUp. SketchUp can't push-pull curved surfaces by default. Stop doing it the hard way. Look, SketchUp can easily push-pull a flat surface like this, but curved surfaces completely fail. That's exactly where Joint Push-Pull comes in, giving real thicknesses instantly. Look how easily I can push-pull this curve. You can even type in the exact thickness. The plugin comes with different push-pull modes, each doing something unique. You can select the plugin directly from the shape or pick it from the list. Clicking the Joint Push-Pull opens the setting panel. The first button resets everything to default. If I have made some changes, now all plugin settings are back to default. This checkbox moves the setting panel into another corner of the screen, and the other one opens more advanced options. Here we have face selection, which is one of the most important options in this plugin. It comes with 4 different modes. The first one is face by face, which push-pulls each face individually. And the second one is surface, and it push-pulls only separate faces. The third one is all connected faces. It push-pulls all faces that are connected together at once. And as you can see in this example, we can even type in an exact value. And the fourth mode is with the same material, which push-pulls all faces that share the same material at the same time. Here we have offset. If we select a face first and then type the offset value, the plugin push-pulls the shape by exactly the amount. Here we have finishing. Let me explain this clearly using 2 shapes. With the first shape and the first finishing option, when we push-pull, the original face gets deleted, but with the second shape and the second finishing option, the original face stays in place. It doesn't get deleted. It simply performs the push-pull while keeping the original face. Here we have plane. Let me make this clear with an example. It performs a push-pull, but it treats the front face as a flat plane. Next we have molding. Molding works with angles. It push-pulls the shapes at a specific angle. Both positive and negative in different directions. Here we have borders. The first mode is contour, which follows the current shape we are working with. The second mode is grid. Grid push-pulls the shape as a grid. Because if we look closely, a circle is actually made of multiple segments. so it treats it like a grid. And the last one is none. With none selected, the model itself doesn't change. It simply creates an offset surface from the selected face. The next option in this plugin is round push-pull. With this tool, we can select two faces and not only push-pull them. We can automatically round the corners. Here we have offset. We can type in a value and offset it by the exact amount. We'll select the entire shape and push-pull it so all the corners get rounded at once. If we go to geometry, we can see it clearly. And guys, here I have created a custom shortcut, Shift Q for hiding geometry. In SketchUp, you can assign your own shortcuts to almost any tool or option exactly the way you like. If you're not sure how to create shortcuts, I have explained it in another video. I will leave the link in the description. Using the shortcuts can significantly speed up your workflow in SketchUp. The next option in this plugin is Vector Push-Pull. With Vector Push-Pull, we select a face and move it along specific directions. We can move it along the X, Y or Z axis manually, or choose a vector here and let the plugin automatically move it in the exact direction. In this section, we have offset where we can type in an exact value to control how far the face moves. And in this next example, you can clearly see where vector push-pull is most useful and how it helps in real modeling situations. The next option in this plugin is normal push-pull. As you can see in this example, it push-pulls the shape in this specific way. Let me explain why. This is a circle, and if we make it visible using the Shift Q shortcut we created, you will see that it's actually made up of multiple faces because it consists of many segments. This mode also comes with different options. One of them is tapering. Tapering controls whether the shape gets narrow or wider as it push-pulled. Using this, we can create many different forms. Here you can see that as push-pull, the shape becomes more tapered. Another powerful option here is random. I will explain random clearly with an example. Imagine we have a wall. Using random, we can automatically create a texture or pattern surface in a very short time. Look how quickly and naturally this design is generated. This is extremely useful in real SketchUp projects where tools like this can save you a huge amount of time and significantly speed up your workflow. In this example, I want to clearly explain extrude push-pull and follow push-pull. Extrude push-pull takes a face and extrude it in its own direction, but follow push-pull works differently. It doesn't extrude the face based on its own direction, and instead it continues the extrusion along the path the face came from. It follows the previous path regardless of whether the direction goes up or down. Look in this example, it's very clear, and we can say that extrude push-pull extrudes by face direction, but follow push-pull follows the path, not the face. If you want to learn one powerful plugin every day completely free and work in SketchUp like a pro, my channel is for you. Make sure to subscribe. The ninth plugin is Superskin and Babel. Superskin and Babel is used to simulate elastic surfaces like fabric and membrane structures. It's especially useful for conceptual and organic form design. You won't believe what SketchUp can really do. Let's explore the hidden magic of Superskin and Babel and transform your designs in a completely new and stunning way. First, select the lines of the shape you want. Then first option generates a surface from your lines. For example, with a division of 25, see how soft and flowing the shape is. The higher the number, the smoother and more elegant your surface becomes. But if you set it to 4, notice how rigid and rough the form becomes, not smooth at all. I increase the number of divisions again because I want the shape to be smooth and soft. It has two other options as well. The third option is called Generate Soup Babel. Click, you can change the pressure of this shape. For example, if I write it 2, let's see. Let me bring it a bit closer so it can be seen. For example, 5. See the pressure in this part changed. For example, -10. See how the top part of this shape has least pressure and moved down. Let me explain the pressure more clearly with this example. In this shape, if I set the pressure to 5, you can see this part loses pressure and moves downward. And if I set it to -10, notice how this part moves upward. This second option is called stress ratio, where we can decrease or increase the stress of the shape. For example, in this case, we want to make this chair part smoother and more beautiful using this plugin with a division of 25 and a pressure of 10. And you can see how smoothly and beautifully it shapes the chair, which means we can also use this plugin for furniture design as well. Let's also create the back part of this chair using the same procedure. You can see that by using this plugin we created this kind of shape very easily, which would not be possible using SketchUp alone, or even if it were possible, it would be very difficult and time consuming. Let's work on this last organic shape, which is mostly used in terminals or stations. And we can adjust the pressure of this shape, making it lower or higher. For example, if I want the top of this to be lower, we can set the pressure to a negative value. Or we can also change its pressure ratio as well. Another important point is that sometimes if we set the stress ratio or pressure to a very large or very small number, the shape completely breaks. In this case, pressing escape or undo option or Ctrl Z does not fix the problem. Here we need to go to stop this with this red sign option, and then go to edit and then undo generate skin, and finally the shape returns to its original state. Let me use this shape created with this powerful plugin to make a highly practical form and architectural design. Here I am using some of other plugins such as Selection Toys or JHS Power Bar. If you are not familiar with these plugins and want to learn how to use them, you can check out my free plugin tutorial playlist on my channel. Be sure to visit the playlist and watch the tutorials. It's definitely worth it. Look at this shape. See how easily we created it with this powerful plugin. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Jamshid. For more amazing tutorials, join us and level up your design skills. The last plugin is Voronoi. Voronoi is a plugin used to generate geometric and parametric patterns, and this plugin is especially useful for fast conceptual and pattern-based architectural design. Voronoi gives you full control to design any pattern, from concept to building facade. Now let's learn it together. This plugin has 3 options, and here we will start with the last one. And because we are using the third option, we first need to manually draw the path of the pattern we want in this plugin. Now in the areas I have created, I want to generate a pattern using this plugin with the third option. Now we need to delete these lines, and we don't need them anymore. This method that we are deleting manually takes a little time. In the next example, I will show you how the plugin can remove these lines in just 1 second. Because these patterns are grouped, we need to exclude the whole group first. And now check this out. And if you need the middle part of the pattern, you can simply push-pull the frame and add the materials that you want. And if you don't need the patterns, you can just get a copy of the frame, only the frame, and now you can push-pull it. To delete these lines, select the shape, right click, and choose soften and smooth edges. This will clean up the shape, and look at this, guys. We have created a pattern, a perfect pattern, exactly as we wanted. The first option of this plugin uses points to create a framework where we can later add patterns. That's why here I first create the points. Then use the first option to build the framework. Once the framework is ready, just like in the previous example, I use the third option to add patterns inside it. Before clicking on the shape, if we press the Tab key from the keyboard, a window opens. Here you can adjust settings like how much the patterns offset from the lines we set, and whether the pattern will be soft or hard. We can adjust them from here. As you can see, changing these settings let us create all kinds of different patterns. As I told before, we use the plugin to delete the extra lines, and here with the plugin Fix It 101 plugin, it's super easy to remove them. The plugin's second option takes the point that we set earlier and puts them at the center and creates the pattern around them. Check this example. Using the plugin's second option, the points we set are placed at the center and the patterns are arranged around them. The points act as the center of the pattern. Here, using the Voronoi plugin, I want to create a pattern for this shape, and you can use this plugin to make patterns for facades, windows, or anywhere you want. If any part of the framework doesn't look right, we can adjust it by hand before generating the pattern. Erasing these lines by hand takes too long, so I recommend using the plugin. You can download this plugin from SketchUcation or SketchUp extension warehouse. For bending this shape along this curve, I need the Shape Bender plugin. If you don't know how to use it, check out my channel. I have posted a full shape bender tutorial there. Take a look at this shape. Let's imagine it's a building, and I want to design its front facade and create a pattern on it using this plugin. For working with shape bender, we need a straight reference line. That's why here I'm drawing this reference line. We must first select the shape, then the reference line, and finally the curve that we want to bend our shape along that. Enjoyed this tutorial? Make sure to subscribe on my channel Jamshid. I post free plugin tutorials, and you can watch and learn all of them for free. Guys, I hope these 10 essential SketchUp plugins help you work faster, cleaner and professionally. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel Jamshid. Consider subscribing for more practical SketchUp tutorials and professional workflows. See you in the next video.